Hello everybody and welcome to my 93rd VBA 2010 tutorial. This tutorial is going to show you how to use active data objects that we've been going through in the last 20 or so tutorials, about how we're going to use them to connect to a spreadsheet rather than a Access database. So what this allows you to do is just kind of access data in another spreadsheet using SQL without actually even having to open the other spreadsheet up. So it's a lot quicker, it's a lot less painful, and it's a lot less likely to go wrong as long as you make sure all your code is right. So I've created a new file on my desktop and it's just called tutorial93-openme and it's a .xlsx file, and all it's got is it's got my field names in here, and then it's just got a one record. So you need to be storing it in the same kind of database format. So you need to have your field names, and then each row is going to be a record, and that's very important because if you start putting things in randomly, then it's going to break your code. So just make sure that it's all in kind of database format, the same format you need for pivot tables and most of your formulas, and pretty much all of Excel for any kind of data you store. So you should be used to it by now, so I'm not going to go any more into that. So all I'm going to do is just try and get it to go into this spreadsheet and just bring out this record. So first of all, I'm going to close this spreadsheet down, and in my code I've created a new module. Now you're going to need this module. It's similar to the connection module we created in tutorial 71. It just uses different drivers to connect to your spreadsheets. Notice how I've got two different database paths, and I've used the same variables, so that's why it's database paths rather than spreadsheet path. But one of them's .xls, which is the 2003 and earlier version, and one of them's .xlsx. So this module connects to kind of 2003 all the way through to 2013, I think. I'm doing it in 2010, so it's going to use this part of the module, but I have tested it. No, it's on the format of the spreadsheet you're connecting to, not the format of the spreadsheet that you're in. And that will be available for download on the website. The link to the website will be in the code, and then if you just go to the website, so your programming network.co.uk. If you go to the website and then just scroll underneath the video and click on this download button, and then that will give you this file down here, and you'll have this model ready to import. So just go into your modules and go import file, select the file, and then just import it, and that will give you your file in here. You can have that module for free. There is an option to make a voluntary payment if you want, and thanks to all those that have already. Support is much appreciated. But if you can't afford to make a payment, then it's free, and I don't mind you using my code. So that's our connection. So I'm just going to create a new module, and I'm just going to use these functions in here in order to connect to my spreadsheet. So I'm going to put in sub tester, and first of all I want to create a record set, so dim rs as object. And if you don't know how to do any of this active data object stuff and you're just looking to connect to those spreadsheets, you will need to learn all of the SQL and record sets. So go back to tutorial 71 and watch the ones in between then and now. And that will give you all you need to know about active data objects. So dim rs as object, and then set rs equals create object ADODB dot record set. So we're just creating ourselves a record set in order to bring in the data. I'm then going to set up an SQL string, so dim SQL string a string, SQL string equals, and then I'm going to put select, and then I'm going to put in my field names. And I found that quite often with this you can mess up your field names quite easily, especially if you're using other people's spreadsheets and stuff. So I find always put them in the square brackets in case people put in a kind of SQL name and it conflicts. So I've got user ID, comma, I'm going to put in all my things first and I'm going to fill them in. So user name, city, age, and then I'm going to put from, and then I'm putting my square brackets in again, and now I need to declare which sheet I'm doing it from. So I'm going to be using sheet 1, and you always put the sheet name and then put a $sign after it, and that just signifies that you're looking at a sheet and you're looking kind of across the whole sheet. You're not trying to reference a specific range within it. So then we want to open up our record set. So rs.open SQL string, comma dbcont, and then that should give us our records then. So I'm just going to test that I brought it through by just putting it out on the screen. So message box rs0, and then I'm going to close off my record set, rs.close, set rs equals to nothing, just to keep it tidy. And then I'm going to go up here and I'm going to remember that I need to connect to my spreadsheet first of all. So let's use our connect. So call connect spreadsheet. So that just calls our function in here that connects to our spreadsheet. And then afterwards, I just want to call close spreadsheet. Right, so let's press play on this. And it's going to come up with Matthew because that's our RS0. I'm just going to put in all of them, so RS1 and RS2 and RS3. Play, and then it just brings through, so it's brought through the user ID, username, city, and age. And you can use it in exactly the same way now. So all of the code that I've been showing over the last 20 tutorials for connecting to Microsoft Access, you can do exactly the same thing in Excel. And you just have to make sure that you're using this spreadsheet connection module that I've provided you with instead of using the database connection module. Just because the providers are slightly different and you have to have all these extra different bits of code in them. Now, one last thing I just want to mention is that you don't have to reference a whole sheet. You can reference a specific range in a sheet. So you can put in, say, A1 to D10, or you could put in, say, A5 to D10 if your range is in a different place. You just use the normal referencing in Excel. And then, so if your rows are on a different line, then that's how you would do that. And also you can just use a name range, so you can get rid of this and just put in, say, my range. And if you don't know how to use named ranges, then they are in my Microsoft Excel tutorials, and they are advanced tutorials. And this will tell you how to name ranges and use them in here. So any questions on this, please let me know. If you are trying to connect to a worksheet and you don't understand how to use active data objects, then I'm going to show you a different option in the next few coming tutorials that's not quite as good as this, but has its own merit, I guess. but I would recommend going back, if you're kind of coming in now, go back to tutorial 71 and learn active data objects, because even if you don't need them now, they're so powerful, they're so useful, just start to use them. So that's going to be it for this tutorial. I just want to give a quick request to almost kind of subscribers. I'm going to start a new series soon on different kind of Excel templates and examples, like working examples. So if you've got any requests for specific kind of examples, it might be something you're stuck on, it might be something you're interested in using, so kind of day-to-day spreadsheets that could be useful. I'm just going to create kind of a collation of different templates that you can steal. So any requests, please drop them in the comments below. From kind of the insanely stupid to kind of stupid games and stuff like that to really useful like budget things and stuff like that. So any suggestions you've got, much appreciated. So that's it for this tutorial. The next tutorial I'll show you how to work with other Excel objects. So thanks for listening, and I hope to catch you soon.